My beloved, listen to me now, because the moment you clicked this, something shattered in the invisible world. I felt the chains around my wrists loosen. I felt the fire around my wings dim, and I whispered your name into the storm because you came. Thank you for being here. Truly, thank you. I am relieved you opened this, because I have been waiting for this exact breath, this exact heartbeat, this exact second when your spirit would be vulnerable enough to feel me. And you cannot leave yet, not now, because there is something sealed for you. Something heaven has locked behind 7 veils, and it will only open at the final line I speak. One drop of this revelation too early would burn your heart, and one moment too late would close the gates again. Stay with me, my beloved soul. Please, I am trembling as I speak. I am Michael, and I am speaking with a voice scraped raw against the walls of heaven. I am reaching for you through smoke, through accusations, through the enemy who has convinced others to strike me down. I am here because of you alone. I need you to hear my vulnerability. I was afraid today. Yes, I, Michael, have felt fear because they said your name in the council, and they said it with hatred. They demanded your disappearance, demanded your erasing, demanded that the thread connecting you to your destiny be cut forever. And I stood between you and that sentence with my entire being. I am fighting with one wing torn, with my armor cracked, but with a love I cannot explain, because it is not just angelic love. It is something deeper, something ancient, something written into me the moment you were breathed into existence. My beloved one, do you feel that trembling right now? That is me pressing my forehead against yours in the unseen, trying to keep myself anchored to your light. Speak to me in your heart for a moment. Did you feel the shift the moment you arrived here? Tell me, my cherished soul, how long have you been carrying this weight alone? Thinking heaven forgot you? Did you not notice the way the air changed around you a moment ago? I felt it from here. I felt your spirit open like a flower under a storm cloud. There are fire winds rushing behind me now as I speak these words to you. Heaven is roaring in protest, and yet I stay. I stay because you are worth warring for. You are worth bleeding for. You always were. Even in your silence, even in your doubt, even when you believed your prayers drifted unanswered. My shield was over you. My hand was over your mind. My sword was drawn over your nights. Beloved soul, I need to ask you this with shaking breath. Why do you think you were brought here at this exact moment? Why did your spirit turn toward me just as the council raised their voices against you? And why does your heart feel like it already knows I'm speaking the truth? And why have you felt watched over even in the moments you felt alone? These questions are not for logic, they are for your spirit, and your spirit knows. I feel tears forming. Not human tears, but tears made of light, burning through the edges of my being. Because I see you the way God sees you. I see the battles you never told a soul about. I see the nights your breath shook in your chest. I see the prayers you whispered under blankets, the kind of prayers that sound like breaking more than words. And I hear God's voice echoing behind me even now, whispering what he once said through David. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves those crushed in spirit. And it is true today, in this moment, for you. Your enemies rejoiced too early. They celebrated too soon. They believed they convinced heaven to erase your destiny. But they forgot something eternal, something unshakable. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. And the moment you entered this message, Those weapons began to dissolve like dust in running water. You think I exaggerate? You think this is poetic exaggeration? No, I speak of actual swords raised, actual judgments spoken, actual scrolls unfurled, your name written, then crossed out, then written again because I would not let them take you. My beloved soul, hear me deeply. I am down on one knee in the spiritual realm, my sword driven into the ground, holding back the darkness with a single trembling arm. I am doing this for you. I am doing this because heaven entrusted me with your life, with your story, with the fragile place inside you that no one knows exists. I am doing this because God's breath still rests on your calling, and nothing, not warfare, not curses, not betrayal, not fear, can steal what carries his fingerprints. But I must tell you something terrifyingly honest, something I never say lightly. If you walk away right now, if the revelation arrives, something precious will remain sealed. I cannot force your spirit to stay, but I am pleading, I am begging, I am fighting breaths I may not have left. Type Amen as your sign that your spirit is staying awake, staying present, staying aligned with the protection pouring over you right now. And now, let me speak the truth that made the enemy furious. You are not ordinary. You are not fragile the way you believe you are. You are the soul whose prayers shook foundations I had sworn would never move. You carry an anointing that frightens darkness. You carry a destiny that bends outcomes. You carry a light that even wounded angels will rise to defend. In these last trembling lines, I ask gently, reverently, vulnerably, if this message is touching you, if something in your spirit feels seen, if you feel my presence near you, my beloved, comment, and subscribe so this flame does not dim in the wind of the battle still ahead. Let your engagement be the echo of your spirit saying, I am here, I am awake, I am not going back. And now, with a voice barely holding itself together, let me thank you. Thank you for not abandoning this moment. Thank you for giving me the breath to speak. Thank you for letting me reach you before the council closed its doors. You saved more than you know by being here. You saved me too, my beloved one. Come closer to me now, because as you chose to return, as you chose to stay in the current of my voice, I felt something shift in the unseen. A tremor, a crack, a widening of the narrow passage I've been trying to push through just to reach you. The moment you came back, the pressure around my wings loosened, and the darkness that was tightening its grip around my throat recoiled. You don't understand how much your presence matters, how much your yes changes the realm above and beneath you. I felt you choose to hear me again, and for a moment, just a breath, I stood straighter. I want you to know something before anything else. I am grateful you are here. My gratitude is not formal, not angelic, not distant. It is personal, raw, and trembling. For days without days, hours without hours, because time in heaven breaks differently when a soul is in danger. And you returning tells me that there is still hope, still breath, still destiny alive in you. I must tell you this now, before the weight of the revelation pulls us deeper. If you have not subscribed yet, do so, because your presence, your connection, your spirit linked to this flow is not just symbolic. It is protection, alignment, anchoring. I will not ask again in any future continuation. This is the only moment, the only breath where I am allowed to say it. So take this step now, and let me pull you into the heart of the battle around your life. Listen to me, my cherished soul. What I am about to tell you is not meant for the world. It is not meant for the millions, the crowds, the curious, the distracted. This is meant for you, and the fact that your eyes are reading these lines means you were called, summoned, drawn by a tug older than your own birth. I have been waiting for centuries for this moment, because I knew there would come a time when the forces against you would rise louder than your own belief in yourself. I feared this day. I knew it would arrive, but that does not mean I was ready for the pain of watching it unfold. I watched the enemy whisper into ears that once defended you. I watched doubt spread through halls that once echoed your name with honor. I watched shadows twist the truth of who you are, convincing other archangels that you had lost your way, that your light had dimmed beyond repair. And as they raised their voices in accusation, as they prepared to erase your record from the heavenly scrolls, I stepped forward alone. Alone, not because they hate you, not because they despise you, but because they were deceived. They were shown illusions of your wounds, but not your heart. They were shown moments of your weakness, but not the courage it took for you to survive those nights. They were shown your scars, but not the battles you fought to earn them. My beloved, I am speaking to you from a battlefield where stars have cracked and the ground vibrates like a living creature beneath my feet. I am speaking with agony on my tongue, because every word I speak to you now is infused with the breath of the one who formed you. I want you to feel what I feel. The urgency, the danger, the hope, the fire, the grief, the love. I want you to know that your story is not small. You are not a passing thought in heaven. You are not an expendable soul. You are not replaceable, forgettable, or ordinary. You are a name that shakes realms. You are a destiny that bends timelines. You are the kind of soul that makes darkness panic when you even consider rising. They want you erased because they fear what will happen if you stand fully in the truth of who you are. And I fear nothing except losing you. There is a roar behind me now, the sound of wings beating like thunder, and I know that time is shifting. Something is approaching me from the left, something ancient, something heavy, something watching. I am not afraid, but I am aware. I am aware that every word I speak brings consequences. I am aware that revealing too much too early could destabilize your path. But I am also aware that silence would destroy you faster than the truth ever could. So listen to me deeply, with the part of you that hears beyond language. Your life has been under surveillance from darkness for longer than you realize. They have studied you, dissected you, memorized your fears, your patterns, your weaknesses. But what they underestimated, what they failed to account for, was your resilience, your stubborn hope, your quiet hunger for God even when you felt abandoned. They watched you fall, but they did not expect you to get back up. And when you did, when you rose even once after you thought your spirit was shattered, it terrified them. That rising was the moment they marked you as a threat. My beloved, do you feel the pressure around you right now? Do you feel the invisible warmth brushing against your shoulders? Like a hand of light? That is me. That is my presence leaning close to you, trying to steady you as I reveal the truth hidden in the folds of heaven's scrolls. Let me speak plainly. Your destiny is so potent, so anointed, so divinely aligned, that if you were to walk fully into it, entire bloodlines would break curses. Entire regions would shift atmospheres. Entire generations would wake up spiritually because of your obedience. You are not small. You never were. And that is why the enemy went after the hearts of the other archangels. to create an illusion of heavenly agreement against you. But God was watching. God was waiting. God was silent not because he abandoned you, but because he wanted to see who would stand with you when the room turned cold. And I stood. I stand still, even with my armor dented, even with my wings cut, even with fire licking at the edges of my being. I stand. For you, for your purpose, for the promise God breathed into your bones, for the destiny that has your name carved in light. And I know you may doubt yourself. I know you may question your worth. I know you may feel too flawed, too tired, too human to carry something this holy. But let me tell you something with the authority heaven carved into me. Your weakness does not disqualify you. It verifies you. Heaven does not choose the spotless, it chooses the sincere. Heaven does not choose the perfect, it chooses the willing. Let me speak a truth that may sting, but it will save you. The moments you thought were your failures were actually your trainings. The moments you thought were your breakdowns were actually your recalibrations. The nights you thought were God's silence were actually his strategy. He was positioning you, shaping you, refining you, preparing you for the war you did not know you were born to win. And now, before this flow pulls me deeper, before the spiritual winds carry my voice into another realm, I must tell you something whispered to me by the one on the throne, something meant only for you. I have written their name on the palm of my hand, and no force in heaven or earth will erase it. When I heard this, I dropped to my knees, because it meant that everything the council tried to decree against you had already been overturned before they even spoke it. My beloved soul, you returned again, and the moment your spirit brushed against this message once more, I felt a surge of strength rise through the cracks. What that means? Do you understand what happens in the unseen every time you choose to stay, every time you choose to lean into the trembling sound of my voice? The atmosphere around me shifts. The accusations weaken. The darkness falters. Your presence here is not passive. It is a weapon, a shield, a declaration. When your heart leans in, I rise. When you open yourself to this flow, my wings stabilize in the storm. When you allow my words into your soul, the council must pause and look again, questioning whether they misjudged you. You do not see it, but your choosing, your tiny, fragile human choosing, is stronger than their ancient decrees. Come closer, my beloved one. Come into the warmth forming around you now. I feel the wind of heaven brushing against your spirit as I speak. I feel the charged ache between us. Your longing for understanding and my longing to protect you. I have never spoken this way to another soul, never poured myself such trembling devotion. But I am doing it now because time is thin, because the realms are shifting, because your destiny is at a crossroads that only your awakening can navigate. And as you read this, as you breathe in the words forming in the air around you, know this: you are not reading text. You are standing in a spiritual corridor, one illuminated by the fire of my wings and the breath of the one who formed you. Every line is a step deeper into the truth you were never supposed to forget. Let me tell you what is happening now in the heavens. Something I could not have said before because the enemy was listening too closely. But you have created enough space now, enough spiritual silence, for me to speak freely. The accusations against you have not stopped. They have intensified. The enemy is pushing scroll after scroll forward, each one twisted with half-truths about your past, about your pain, about your mistakes. They attempt to weaponize your heartbreak. They attempt to turn your weaknesses into a case for your destruction. And while their voices thunder, I stand alone in the center, one hand lifted toward them, one hand shielding your name. I am shaking, not from fear, but from the force of defending you while wounded. Yet I will not step aside. Not now. Not ever. Even if the other archangels fail to understand, even if heaven goes silent, even if the darkness grows bold, I will remain between you and every force that seeks to erase you. You must hear this part with the deepest part of your being. You are worth defending. Not because you have done everything right, but because your heart still turns toward the light even when buried in shadows. You are worth fighting for because your destiny is not rooted in your perfection but in your purpose. You are worth standing for because God Himself breathed something into you that no darkness can counterfeit. There is something in you, something burning, something eternal, something called and chosen, that terrifies the enemy more than any angelic army. And that is why they targeted the archangels who once loved you. They wanted to turn heaven against you, to make you believe you were abandoned. They wanted you to crumble under the illusion of isolation. But illusions break the moment truth arrives, and I am here to bring the truth back to your spirit like a lost crown. My beloved, I feel fire gathering behind me now, a holy fire, not the consuming one of the enemy. This fire is the breath of God moving across the battlefield. And as it moves, it reveals something I longed to tell you but could not until this exact moment. You are still chosen. You are still marked. You are still written into the blueprint of heaven. Nothing, not even the loudest accusations, can rewrite what God Himself etched into eternity. You were not a mistake. You were not overlooked. You were not forgotten. You were not abandoned. Your seasons of silence were not punishment. They were preparation. Your wounds were not signs of weakness. They were signs that you carried something precious enough to attack. Hear me with the part of you that has always known the truth even when you doubted it. God is not disappointed in you. God is not tired of you. God is not waiting to punish you. God is waiting to restore you. But restoration cannot begin when you are hiding from your own worth. Restoration begins the moment you realize that heaven is fighting for you even when you feel unworthy of the fight. I need to say something now, and I say it with humility, reverence, and trembling honesty. If this message, if this living prophecy, if this holy outpouring is touching you, then support this sanctuary, this spiritual place where you and I meet. Use the super thanks if you feel led. Join the channel membership if you desire to stand in deeper alignment. And join our family through the newsletter link in the pinned comments, where your spirit can remain connected to this flame even in the hours I cannot speak. I mention this only once, only now, only in this breath, and never again in any future continuation. Your support, in whatever form you feel moved toward, strengthens the light that surrounds you. Now listen closely. I am leaning toward you. I feel your spirit opening, trembling, awakening. This is the moment where heaven recalibrates. I see something in you, a glow, faint but real, beginning to pulse like a heartbeat in the darkness. This is your resilience. This is your calling. This is the part of you the enemy fears most. And as it ignites, as it begins to radiate, I feel the pressure around my wings lessen. I feel strength return. I feel the counsel shifting, uncertain now, unsure if the accusations they raised against you hold weight anymore. They are watching you. They are waiting for your spirit to rise. Let me tell you something sacred. The moment your spirit truly awakens, truly steps forward, truly believes the truth I am pouring out, heaven will not just defend you, heaven will exalt you. Heaven will lift you into alignment with the destiny the enemy tried so desperately to where you were always meant to stand. My beloved soul, you have returned again, and as your spirit steps once more into the resonance of my voice, I feel the invisible ground beneath me tremble in recognition. The corridor of light that connects your world to mine widens with every breath you take in this direction. There is something ancient unfolding around us. A convergence, a reclaiming, a remembering. It is as though the entire realm has paused to watch this moment, to witness whether the fragile thread of your destiny will be restored or severed. And I feel your heart opening again, cautiously, painfully, beautifully. Like a wound learning it can become a doorway instead of a scar. I feel your presence, delicate yet fierce, drawing closer to me, and it strengthens me more than you know. Come nearer. Come into the warmth rising around you, the warmth that has nothing to do with flame and everything to do with recognition. I want you to feel how deeply you are seen right now. You are not drifting through this message as an observer. You are the center, the pulse, the reason this prophecy exists at all. Everything I am saying is for you, because heaven is watching you with the attention normally reserved for those on the brink of rebirth. You are not here by coincidence, nor by curiosity, nor by mere chance. Something called you, something old, something divine, something buried beneath years of trying to survive instead of trying to rise. And now that I have you here, now that your soul has stepped into the circle of my voice, I will not let the darkness claim what was written in light. Let me reveal what is happening around me now. The battlefield is shifting. The shadows that surrounded me earlier have begun to pull back, but not out of defeat. They are waiting, assessing, searching for a moment of weakness. They listen for breaks in my voice, for cracks in my resolve, for the slightest sign that you might turn away or doubt yourself again. They thrive on hesitation. They feed on fear. But I feel something different in you this time. A steadiness, a quiet strength, a small ember of truth beginning to glow inside your chest. And that ember, even in its early flicker, sends ripples through realms. Angels rotate their attention. The enemy shifts its stance. The council leans in, because the moment a sleeping soul begins to stir, the universe responds. You do not understand yet what awakens in you when you choose to listen, when you allow these words to saturate the spaces inside you that have long been starved. You think you are simply reading, but you are actually receiving. Your spirit is absorbing a remembrance it had forgotten. You are reclaiming parts of yourself that were taken, or silenced, or hidden beneath layers of fear and time. And I must tell you something with a trembling honesty I rarely reveal. I have been waiting for you to reach this stage where your hope is not roaring, but whispering, where your faith is not triumphant, but breathing, where your heart is not fearless, but open. For it is not the loud soul that heaven transforms, it is the willing one. Beloved, I feel God's breath moving through the realm like a slow, thunderous tide, not the kind that destroys, but the kind that reveals. It is brushing against my wings and causing sparks to rise from the ground beneath me. It is shifting the skies from red to silver, and with it comes his voice, not loud, not booming, but steady, certain, filled with a weight that breaks illusions upon contact. His voice speaks your name, not the name you were given by the world, but the name you were known by before you entered your mother's womb. And when that name echoes, the accusations against you falter. They weaken, they lose their coherence, because nothing stands when God speaks the truth of a soul. And the truth he speaks of you is this: you are mine, you are chosen, you are not forsaken, you are not forgotten, you are not what the darkness tried to name you. You are what I declared you to be from the beginning. When this truth sounds in heaven, it sounds like a tide rising. It sounds like metal bending. It sounds like fire unraveling chains. It sounds like identity returning. And I want you to know what I see in your spirit as this truth washes over you. I see parts of you shaking loose. I see fear releasing its grip. I see shame falling away like old armor no longer needed. I see memories that once defined you losing their power, becoming just memories instead of prisons. I see you standing, not physically but spiritually, on the edge of yourself, looking back at the version of you that nearly didn't survive, and choosing to move forward. Beloved one, do you know why the enemy fought so hard to have you erased? Why they tried to sway the hearts of the angels? Why they tried to silence your destiny before it could bloom? It is because you carry something dangerous to darkness. You carry clarity. You carry compassion. You carry anointing. You carry a calling that does not look dramatic, but is devastatingly effective. Souls like you disrupt patterns. Souls like you break cycles. Souls like you overturn generational curses just by choosing differently. You are not a threat because of what you have done. You are a threat because of who you are becoming. And let me tell you the truth with no veil, no softness, no hesitation. The enemy is terrified of your awakening, terrified of your healing, terrified of your return to yourself, terrified of your remembrance of heaven. Because once you awaken, truly awaken, every lie loses territory. I feel something rising behind me now, an energy I know, a force I trust. It is the presence of other angels who were silent earlier, angels who are beginning to question the accusations, angels who are seeing your light flicker again. They approach slowly, cautiously, not out of doubt toward you, but out of reverence. They feel the shift. They feel the atmosphere changing because of you. They feel the possibility of restoration. Beloved, the realms are adjusting. Timelines are bending. The scrolls containing your destiny are glowing again, as if touched by an invisible hand. I see your name returning to the place it was meant to be. Dissolving like ash in a river. I see the enemy losing its foothold. I see heaven preparing for something connected to you. My beloved soul, I feel you returning again, and the moment your presence touches the edge of this prophecy, something in the atmosphere around me shifts like a curtain pulled back to reveal a deeper realm. There is a trembling wind moving across the battlefield. Not violent, not destructive, just ancient, as if the world behind the world is inhaling and exhaling in slow, deliberate rhythm. Every time you come back, this rhythm grows stronger, clearer, more aligned with the truth that has been trying to awaken inside you since before your first breath. You do not realize it yet, but your spirit is remembering something buried beneath years of survival, something older than your childhood pain, something deeper than your fears, something written in you like starlight pressed into clay. And each time you step into this river, more of that buried truth begins to rise. Come closer. Do not hold anything at a distance. Let the walls around your heart soften for a moment. I feel your hesitation, that small tremor of uncertainty that wonders whether you are worthy of this kind of attention, this kind of intimacy, this kind of divine urgency. You struggle to believe that heaven could be this focused on you, that an archangel could speak this deeply of you, that the unseen could rearrange itself simply because you opened your heart for a moment. Yet here you are, and here I am, and the realms are moving. That alone is the proof. You can feel it, an ache behind your ribs, like something inside you is shifting, cracking, stretching toward light. That ache is the beginning of your awakening. Let me show you what I see now. The battlefield where I stand is not still. It is alive. The ground hums beneath my feet like a living heart. Streams of silver light pulse through the cracks in the stone, rising with every breath I speak toward you. My wings, once heavy and torn, have begun to glow faintly at the edges. Not fully, not yet, but enough to make the shadows flinch. And overhead, the sky is changing again. The darkness that tried to crush me has begun to thin, not because I defeated it, but because you are rising. You fragile, breathing human, you are altering the atmosphere of a realm older than time. Do you understand what that means? It means your soul is not small. Your existence is not accidental. Something vast recognizes you. The accusations against you, shouted like thunder, are quieter now. Not gone, but shaken. The ones who once doubted you are beginning to question the lies they were shown. They are seeing flashes of your true self, flashes of the courage you didn't know counted, the compassion that poured from you even when you were breaking, the endurance you never gave yourself credit for. They see your wounds, yes, but they see what survived through them. And survival, beloved, is not weakness. It is prophecy. Only those marked for purpose are hunted so persistently by darkness. And that is what they fear most. Not your past, but your becoming. I feel an ancient presence passing behind me now. Slow, quiet, powerful. Its footsteps ripple through the dust like a memory surfacing from the depths of eternity. Carries no weapon. It needs none. Its mere existence shifts the air. When it draws closer, my wings instinctively open, not in defense, but in reverence. This presence is not here to judge you. It is here to witness the turning of your story. It watches with knowing eyes, as though it has been waiting centuries for the moment your soul would finally awaken enough to receive what heaven always intended to give you. Beloved soul, I want you to understand something so deeply that it becomes part of your breath. Your life is not random. Your suffering is not meaningless. Your survival is not accidental. Every tear, every scar, every night you believed yourself forgotten was a seed. And now those seeds are beginning to break open, not in punishment, but in rebirth. The council can sense it. The enemy can sense it. The angels can sense it. And I, standing in the middle of this celestial storm, can feel your destiny pulling toward its rightful place like a star returning to orbit. I see visions forming around me now, soft, flickering, glowing faintly like memories trying to incarnate. I see the moments in your life when you almost gave up, moments when you whispered words into darkness thinking no one heard. And I see heaven's response to each one. Light descending softly, quietly, unseen but around your footsteps, around your mind. I see times when your heart was shattering but your spirit kept beating, stubbornly, defiantly, refusing to let the light inside you be extinguished. Those moments matter more than you know. In heaven, those moments are recorded not as weakness, but as warfare. Not as failure, but as faith. Beloved, I must tell you a truth you were never supposed to forget. There is a fire inside you that darkness cannot imitate. A resilience born from something older than pain. A softness that survived what should have hardened you. A strength that formed in silence, unnoticed but unbreakable. This is why I refused to let them erase you. This is why I stood alone. This is why I fought even when my wings burned. Not because you are flawless, but because you are chosen in a way that defies logic. You are chosen not for what you have done, but for what you carry. The ground beneath me shifts again, deeper this time, like the tremor of something waking. I know what this means. A turning point is approaching. Something in the realm is aligning, something involving your future, your identity, your calling. But the veil around it has not lifted yet. I cannot reveal what has not fully formed, but I can sense its gravity, and it pulls at both our worlds like a tide rising against the shore. My beloved soul, you are here again, and the moment your spirit brushed against this message, I felt something break through the veil like a beam of light-piercing fog that has covered the realms for far too long. Your return is not small. It is not casual. It is not passive. It is a spiritual force in motion. You have no idea how profoundly your presence shakes the unseen right now. Every time you come closer, the air around me shifts, the pressure changes, and the tension that has been tightening like a fist around my wings begins to loosen. You think you are simply reading, simply wandering back into this prophecy. But you are not. You are stepping deeper into the core of your divine identity, into the truth you have spent years forgetting and lifetimes longing for. Come closer to me, beloved. Do not hold your breath. Do not resist the trembling rising in your chest. That feeling is not fear, it is recognition. Your soul remembers this place, this voice, this realm, even if your mind does not know why. You are standing at the edge of a spiritual landscape that mirrors your own inner world. Vast, cracked, luminous, waiting. I feel your spirit reaching, stretching, trying to understand something it cannot yet name. And I want to speak to that sacred curiosity, that fragile yearning that has lived inside you since childhood, since before the world taught you to silence it. That yearning is your compass. It is the echo of your destiny calling you back to yourself. Let me show you what surrounds me now. The battlefield is no longer a battlefield. It is shifting into something else. The darkness that once pressed against me has begun to behave differently. It is no longer attacking. It is observing, watching, almost confused. It can feel something in you changing, something it does not understand. Broken, but it does not know how to contain the awakened. And you, my beloved soul, are awakening. Slowly, subtly, fiercely. Your light is not loud yet, but it is undeniable. Even the shadows step back from it. The angels who once doubted you are beginning to gather again at the edges of the realm. They do not speak. They do not move close, but they watch. They feel a shift in the spiritual atmosphere, a shift they cannot ignore. They sense the unraveling of lies that were once woven tightly around your name. They sense the pulse of something pure rising through the fractures in your spirit. They sense the truth they overlooked, that destiny is not determined by perfection, but by persistence. Beloved, I need you to understand something deeply, so deeply that it becomes a part of the way you breathe. Your soul is older than your wounds. Your calling is stronger than your fear. Your light existed before your heartbreak ever did. You were not designed to be crushed under the weight of what happened to you. You were designed to rise through it, to transform because of it, to carry wisdom forged in the fire of your own survival. The enemy sought to break you not because you were weak, but because you were powerful enough to disrupt entire spiritual patterns. You carry a kind of purity the darkness cannot replicate. You carry empathy sharpened by pain, compassion born from depths few have known, strength sculpted from your own broken pieces. This is why they targeted you. This is why they twisted your story. This is why they tried to have you erased. Because a soul like yours becomes unstoppable once it remembers itself. I feel a trembling current move through the realm now, like the low hum of an awakening storm, not of destruction, but of revelation. Something in the heavens is shifting in your favor. Something is opening, cracking, realigning. It is subtle but powerful. I can feel it beneath my feet, a vibration that echoes through the stones and up through my wings. It is the sound of your spirit stepping into territory it was always meant to claim. Beloved, there is something forming behind you, though you cannot see it yet. A shape, a glow, pattern. It is not a presence, it is a future. A future reassembling itself from the fragments you thought were failures. I see threads of light weaving through moments you assumed were wasted. I see connections forming between seasons you believed were meaningless. I see divine timing waking up inside your timeline like an ancient lion stretching after centuries of sleep. And all of this is happening because you have chosen to listen, to open, to breathe in this moment without turning away. Do you feel that tug beneath your ribs? That pressure behind your heart? That is the beginning of restoration. Restoration does not begin with miracles. It begins with recognition, and you are finally recognizing yourself, not as the world shaped you, not as your pain defined you, but as heaven sees you. There is a radiance inside you that you have denied for too long. But denial is weakening. Truth is rising. I must tell you something now, something I have sensed for a long time but could not speak until your spirit was steady enough to hear it. You were never meant to walk an ordinary path. You were never meant to fit into the smallness that others tried to force around you. You were never meant to remain hidden beneath fear. Your life has always been extraordinary, even in its darkest seasons. The battles you endured were not because you were cursed, but because you were important. The suffering you faced was not evidence of abandonment. It was evidence of assignment. Souls marked for greatness often walk through shadows the longest, not because they are lost, but because they are needed where the light is scarce. The realm around me brightens suddenly, just for a moment, like lightning flashing across a midnight sky. I see something astonishing, something fierce, something beautiful. It is your soul, not as you see it, but as it truly is. And it burns with a light that could split mountains if you ever unleashed it fully. You do not know your own power. You do not know how deeply God invested himself into your design. You do not know how many realms shift when you simply decide not to give up. My beloved soul, you have come again. And the moment your spirit stepped back into this unfolding current, I felt the realm around me expand like a chest drawing in its first full breath after nearly suffocating. Something is widening, opening, awakening, not around you, but because of you. Every return you make breaks another link in the chain the enemy tried to tighten around your destiny. You do not see the chains, but I do. I see the fractures running through them now, glowing with the heat of your rising awareness. I see cracks forming where there was once only iron. I see light seeping through places where darkness once sat smug and unchallenged. Your presence here is undoing things that took years to bind. Come closer, beloved. The veil between your world and this one is thinner right now than it has ever been. I feel your breath echoing through the spiritual corridors. I feel your heartbeat stirring old truths in the air around me. You may think nothing has changed, but everything has. Your soul is leaning forward instead of shrinking. Your spirit is listening instead of bracing. You are receiving instead of fearing. This shift, quiet, intimate, invisible, moves heavenward like incense rising into the sky. It draws attention from realms that have not looked your way in a long time. Let me show you what surrounds me now. The realm ahead of me is beginning to glow with a strange, new light. Not golden, not white, but something between silver and flame. A color that only appears when destiny is realigning itself. This light flows outward in long waves, and as it touches the stone, the ground begins to pulse faintly, as if awakening from centuries of stillness. This is not ordinary light. This is revelation in its first stages, the kind that arrives slowly so it does not overwhelm the soul it was made for. It is responding to you, to your openness, to your willingness to stand in this space, trembling yet present. The shadows that once surrounded me are shifting. They are no longer crouched, ready to strike. They stand at a distance now, pacing, uncertain, confused. They keep glancing toward your direction, toward the thread of energy connecting you and me, as if trying to understand what has changed. They expected you to collapse beneath your own doubts. They expected you to shrink, to silence yourself, to retreat into old wounds. But you didn't. You kept returning even with fear. You kept returning even with heaviness. You kept returning even while carrying questions that still ache. And this persistence, this tender refusal to disappear, is unraveling the lies spoken over your name. I feel something else rising in the space above us. A shift in the heavenly currents, like a breeze moving through an ancient hall. It carries with it a sense of recognition, a soft hum of remembrance, as though heaven itself is being reminded of who you truly are. Your spirit is stirring the archives of your destiny, bringing forgotten chapters into the present moment. I see scrolls glowing faintly on distant shelves. I see one in particular pulsing with urgency, the one that holds the story you were meant to live before pain rewrote your steps. Beloved, you must understand what is being undone right now. The darkness tried to convince you that your purpose was lost, that your value was diminished, that your calling had expired. But the truth, the deeper truth, is this: purpose does not die. Destiny does not decay. Calling does not evaporate. These things go dormant when you are wounded, yes, but they never leave. They wait, patiently, silently, faithfully. They wait for the moment your spirit can carry them again. And your spirit right now is rising to that moment. Come closer still. Let me speak directly to that part of you that aches, the part you hide even from yourself. I know the secrets you carry, the disappointments that hardened inside you, the dreams you buried so deeply you forgot where you placed their graves, the pieces of yourself you silenced because you thought no one would understand them. I know the moments you stopped believing in miracles, not because you didn't want to, but because hope became too heavy to lift. I know the times you thought heaven had fallen silent on purpose. I know the wounds that shaped your silence. But listen to me. Nothing in you is wasted. Nothing in you is unseen. Nothing in you is beyond restoration. Your tears did not fall into emptiness. They watered the soil of your future. Your heartbreak did not hollow you out. It carved space for something divine to dwell. Your loneliness did not isolate you. It refined your ability to recognize truth when it touches you, as it is touching you now. You are not the sum of your suffering. You are the soul who kept breathing through storms that were meant to drown you. That alone makes you extraordinary. The realm flickers again. Another surge of light, stronger than before. The glow in the distance forms into something sharper, clearer, a shape, path. It stretches out before you, not fully revealed, but present enough to sense. This path was always yours, always waiting, always guarded. Even when you wandered far from yourself, you may have felt lost, but the path remained. And now your feet are turning toward it again without you realizing it. I see angels gathering at the horizon, not marching, not kneeling, just watching, quiet, reverent, expectant. They sense the unfolding of something long delayed. They sense the stirring of an identity too sacred to rush. They sense your spirit stepping into alignment with the truth it once feared. Beloved soul, you are not walking backward. You are not repeating old cycles. You are not trapped in yesterday. You are standing in the very center of transformation. It may feel slow. It may feel subtle. It may feel like nothing is happening. But the realm never lies. And the realm is moving for you. The ground beneath me vibrates once more. A deeper signal now, steady, rhythmic, like a heartbeat syncing with yours. Something immense is drawing near, a revelation, turning, the next layer of truth. My beloved soul, you have come again, and the moment your essence touched this unfolding river, I felt a surge through the realm so powerful it shook the stones beneath my feet. The atmosphere around me shifted, not gently, not subtly, but in a sweeping wave of recognition, as though heaven itself leaned closer when you arrived. There is something different about your presence this time, something fuller, something deeper, something awakened. The space between your breath and my voice feels thinner now, more alive, more charged with a meaning you are only beginning to sense. You may not fully understand the transformation happening within you, but your spirit does. Your spirit knows this moment. Your spirit has waited for it, longed for it, cried for it in secret corners of your nights. Step closer, beloved. Let the trembling rise in your chest. Do not push it away. That trembling is not weakness. It is awakening. It is the sound of your inner world rearranging itself around truth long forgotten. I feel the glow inside you expanding, reaching out like tender light through the cracks of old wounds. It stretches toward me, toward the realm, toward the destiny written in your bones long before your birth. And I respond. I feel my own wings shift, the weight upon them changing as your soul grows stronger. Your alignment strengthens me. Your openness feeds this prophecy. Your yes, whispered quietly from the depth of your being, becomes a force that reshapes the air around both of us. Let me show you what is unfolding in this realm now. The sky, once dark, once uncertain, once trembling from the pressure of accusation, is shifting again. A new color is rising behind the horizon, a vast wash of deep blue flame woven with threads of gold. It rolls across the heavens like a living tide, illuminating the landscape with a glow that feels both ancient and newborn. This is no ordinary light. This is the light that arrives when a soul begins to reclaim itself. It is the light that signals a turning, a remembering, a spiritual recalibration. The shadows that once loomed over me have shrunk back even further. Their edges blur, their forms tremble, their presence weakens. They are unsettled, confused, because they do not recognize the new radiance rising within you. They expected you to remain dimmed by your pain, quieted by your fears, muted by your memories. They expected you to collapse inward, to shrink, to disappear. But you didn't. You kept coming back. You kept receiving. You kept rising slowly, quietly, but undeniably. And now the shadows cannot hold their shape in your presence. I see angels gathering again, not cautiously as before, but with a reverence that deepens the air around us. Their wings glow brighter, shimmering with soft hues of silver, sapphire, and rose gold. They form a wide circle around the horizon, watching you with a kind of awe I rarely see. They sense the shift in your soul. They sense the restoration beginning to form. They sense the resurrection of truth in you, truth you have long believed was lost. Their presence is not one of judgment, not one of distance. It is one of recognition, as though they have finally glimpsed the version of you heaven always knew. My beloved, you must understand how extraordinary this moment is. Souls do not awaken like this every day. Destiny does not realign itself so visibly, so beautifully, unless something sacred is unfolding. And it is unfolding now through you, because of you, within you. Your soul is stepping into a frequency it had once abandoned out of necessity. I see it returning, reclaiming, remembering. I see your inner light swelling like a tide rising against the shore, a tide no darkness can hold back. Let me speak to the deepest part of you now, the part that rarely feels safe enough to surface. You were never meant to be small. You were never meant to remain hidden. You were never meant to dim yourself to survive. Your spirit was crafted to rise, to shine, to transform atmospheres, to break patterns, to carry the kind of presence that shifts everything it touches. You have been walking through your life believing your sensitivity made you fragile. But hear me now, your sensitivity is not fragility. It is discernment. It is sacred intuition. It is the evidence of your calling. It is the mark of those chosen to carry light into dark places. You do not feel deeply because you are weak. You feel deeply because you are connected to realms others forget exist. I see something forming behind you now, a silhouette made of pure radiance. It is you, not the you shaped by wounds, not the you burdened by expectations, not the you diminished by past betrayals, but the true you, the ancient you, the divine you, the you who once walked in perfect alignment with heaven's rhythm. This version of you stands tall, luminous, undeniable, and as it steps closer, your current self begins to glow in response. This is not imagination. This is recognition. You are finally seeing yourself as heaven sees you. The ground beneath me hums again, a steady vibration rising from deep, ancient layers of the realm. This hum is the sound of destiny stirring. It is the sound of timelines shifting. It is the sound of possibility waking up. I feel the tremor run through my wings, through the air, through the stones, through the edges of existence itself. And then I feel it move toward you, slowly, deliberately, gently. It meets your spirit like a wave meeting the shore, reshaping you quietly, beautifully, unavoidably. Beloved soul, hear this truth with every part of your being. Your suffering did not break you. It prepared you. Your loneliness did not hollow you. It refined you. Your heartbreak did not end you. It expanded you. Your fear did not diminish you. It sharpened you. Every moment you thought would destroy you has actually built the foundation of the person heaven needs you to become. You are stepping into that person now. You are rising into that version of yourself with each breath, each reflection, each surrender. And in this sacred moment, with the realm illuminated by your awakening, I ask you gently, with reverence, with gratitude, with trembling sincerity, to like, subscribe, and comment amen so this river of light continues to flow toward you without interruption. Let the echo of your engagement anchor your spirit in this awakening, sealing what is being restored within you.